Everyone tells you to find balance. They tell you to take it easy, don't work too hard, don't get too obsessed. But have you ever met a great person who was balanced? The people who change things, the ones who make the art that sticks in your head for years, they were completely out of balance. They were obsessed. They were consumed. They were willing to look crazy to everyone else because they were chasing a vision that only they could see. If you want to be normal, stay balanced. If you want to be great, you have to be okay with being a bit of a fanatic. You're going to suck for a long time. That's the part they don't put in the montage. Your taste is ahead of your hands. You know what great looks like, but when you try to make it, it comes out looking like a cheap imitation. That gap, the distance between your vision and your reality, that's where most people quit. They think the gap means they don't have talent. No, the gap is the test. Being great means staying in that gap for months, maybe years, making okay work until one day, finally, your hands catch up to your head. We've been sold this version of greatness that looks like a highlight reel. It's always the trophy, the stage, the million views, or the perfect life. But if you actually look at the people we call great, the ones who actually move the needle, they weren't obsessed with being great. They were obsessed with the thing. Greatness isn't a destination you arrive at. It's actually just a byproduct of being remarkably consistent at something most people find boring. The truth is, being great at something is usually pretty quiet. It's lonely. It's the hours you spend when nobody's watching, doing the work that doesn't get a like or a comment. It's choosing to be a student when your ego wants you to be the master. Most people quit because they want the feeling of being great without the friction of getting there. They want the win, but they hate the practice. But greatness is just the name we give to the person who didn't quit when the fun part ran out. And here's the part people miss. You can't be great if you're trying to be someone else. The world is already full of copies. If you're just chasing what's trending or doing what works for the algorithm, you're playing a losing game. You're just adding to the noise. Being great actually means having the guts to be specific. It means leaning into the weird parts of your brain, the stuff you're actually interested in, even if it doesn't trend. Greatness is the moment you stop asking for permission to be yourself. So what does it mean to be great? It means you show up today. Not perfectly, just honestly. It means you stop looking at the scoreboard and start looking at the work. You don't need a massive platform to start. You just need to care about what you're doing more than you care about how it looks to everyone else. Just make the thing. Do the work. The greatness part will take care of itself. Most people are terrified of being nobody, but they're even more terrified of the work it takes to be somebody. We live in a culture that rewards fine, good enough, average. We're taught to fit in, to follow the template, to color inside the lines so we don't embarrass ourselves. But great doesn't live inside the lines. Greatness is a lonely road because most people aren't willing to pay the admission fee. And that fee, it's your comfort. It's your need to be liked by people who aren't even doing anything. You have this version of yourself in your head, the one who actually finishes the project, the one who creates the thing that makes people stop and look. But then there's the you that wakes up today, the one that's tired, the one that wants to scroll, the one that cares about the 2-star comment from a stranger. Being great is just winning that argument inside your head over and over again every single morning. It's not a lightning bolt of inspiration, it's a war of attrition. You just have to outlast your own excuses. If you need a good job or a keep going from the internet to stay motivated, you've already lost. External validation is a drug. The more you get, the more you need, and eventually you stop making what you love and start making what they want. You become a slave to a thumb scroll. Greatness is internal. It's the quiet satisfaction of knowing you didn't cut a single corner on a project. Even though nobody would have noticed if you did, you notice, and you're the only judge that matters. Stop talking about what you're going to do. The world is full of people with great ideas who never opened the software, who never hit record, who never sat down and struggled with the first sentence. Potential is the most useless thing you can possess if you don't use it. It's just a fancy word for what you haven't done yet. Don't be the person with potential. Be the person with the body of work. Be the person who failed 1,000 times until they finally hit something that felt like truth. Greatness is waiting, but it's not going to come find you. You have to go drag it out of the dirt. You want to know what's actually terrifying? It's not failing. It's not getting 0 views. It's not being laughed at. It's waking up at 80 years old, looking back at your life and realizing you played it safe. You stayed in the lanes. You listened to the people who told you to be realistic. You'll be standing there with a heart full of stories you never told, art you never rendered, and a version of yourself that never got to exist because you were too busy worrying about what a stranger in a comment section thought of you. That's the real nightmare, dying with your best work still stuck inside you. Greatness is a standard you set for yourself when the door is closed. It's deciding that good enough is an insult to your talent. It's looking at a project you've spent 50 hours on and saying, it's missing something, and being willing to spend 50 more to find it. People will call you obsessed. They'll tell you it's just a video, or just a game, or just a hobby. They don't get it. They can't see the fire. They don't understand that for you, this isn't about content. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of bringing something into this world that didn't exist before you. There's a specific kind of peace that comes when you finish something you put your soul into. It doesn't matter if it gets 10 views or 10 million. When you hit export and you know, truly know, that you didn't hold anything back, that's the win, that's the greatness. You've outgrown your old self. You've leveled up. You've refined your craft. You aren't the same person you were when you started the project. Every time you choose to be great, you are literally building a better version of yourself, brick by brick, frame by frame. So stop looking at the horizon. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The world doesn't need more people trying to be great. The world needs people who are brave enough to be themselves at the highest possible level. Stop chasing the ghost of success and start chasing the truth of your own work. Put your head down, turn off the notifications, ignore the noise. Just make it. And make it so good that it can't be ignored. The clock is ticking. What are you waiting for? Stop trying to hack the system. You're trying to optimize a life you haven't even started living yet. You're worried about titles, tags, and timing. But is the work actually good? If you took away the metrics, the likes, and the views, would you still be proud of what you made? If the answer is no, you're not chasing greatness. You're chasing attention. And attention is cheap. It's gone in a second. Greatness is what's left when the noise stops. It's the work that stands up years later and still says something.